right to left, UCLA. They're in the home whites wearing those tank tops with the exposed shoulders. And Lola Schumacher to start things. She wears number 30, and she's the libero, former Wisconsin Badger. And she's the leader, vocal leader on this team. The Huskers saw Wisconsin 3 times last year, and we only saw Lola Schumacher 2 times. She was hurt, missed 3 matches. One of them was the Husker match in Lincoln. All 3 of the Wisconsin matches last year were Husker sweeps. Anyway, when Lola was out, Sage Damrell played. She's now at Creighton Blue Jays. Playing great this year. She struggled that night. Here comes the serve. T. Sigler, well passed, outside set. Harper, big swing, nice up. Middle back by Maggie Lee. Here comes UCLA, left side free ball. Now Nebraska. Laney Bergen fed left. Harper tipping, really throwing off the block and out. One love, Big Red.
Harper has a double block up on her. She sees the big block. The set's a little off, so her only option there is just to throw that tip down, and she's able to get it in between those 2 blockers, in between hands. And I thought maybe she carried that a little bit, JB, but they're letting it go tonight.
I thought so too. Here comes the serve to the back left. Overpass, 2-handed home. Andi Jackson, 2-love. Nebraska, good start.
Our servers lately have been doing a really nice job in forcing those overpasses, and then usually it's our middles who go up and either joust or hammer that down, but it's all the credit goes to our servers.
Laney goes after the junior Kat Lutz. She's a back row player. Another bad pass outside set. Sheridan Leverett. Wow, that's high velocity off the Laney Choboy. Dig out of here. Point UCLA 2-1 Big Red. Just started. Pull up a chair. Spend the night with the Huskers.
You know that's high velocity if Laney Choboy can't get around it and get it up. She usually gets everything up off the floor, and she struggled with the heat on that attack.
Huskers after dark. Usually that's the case this time of year, especially so tonight. Great to have you on the HRN. Here comes the line drive serve by the setter. Good pass Laney right side. Virginia Adriano. Block back. No one covered. Lauren, where was T. Sigler? Where was Laney on that cover? 2-2.
So Laney Choboy went really short on the cover. T. Sigler was staying a little deeper, and it looked like it landed right in between those 2. So I think it was a communication error. Laney and Terea not communicating with each other, but that's an easy fix.
Kate Duffy line drives it to Laney. Perfect pass. Huskers. Bergen sets middle. Timing off. Andi can only tip. Here comes UCLA. Bump set right side. PK Kong off the block. It drops to the Husker shoot tops. 3 in a row for UCLA. 3-2 Bruins.
Even though we haven't been able to side out, the passing from Laney Choboy looks really solid. That's been a question mark this entire season, and UCLA's going after her, and she's putting balls right on top of Bergen's head.
Kate Duffy, sophomore, Ventura, California, a little north of here, a little south of Santa Barbara, sends it across Laney. Perfect pass, back set. Virginia needs it. Long, 4-2 UCLA. And we might see a green card, or at least a challenge. I don't think the block touched it. And Rebecca Alex saying, no, let's go. 4-2 Bruins. Tough start suddenly.
And that set was coming off the net. So Virginia Adriano, she's moving towards the net. The set's coming off the net, and Virginia's swinging behind her head. And I think that's what forced that error there.
Service error. Kate Duffy, 4-3 now. Bruins. Let's look at a tail of the tape. UCLA, 93 aces this year, now 197 errors. Nebraska, 93 aces this year, only 153 errors, about 44 fewer errors by Nebraska. Same number of aces. Bad pass, Sheridan Leverett gets it back left side, tips it to the donut, drops. Boy, she's got all the shots. She's out of the state of Georgia. 5-3, UCLA.
That's the time to throw a tip down to the donut. Laney Choboy's out. You have Olivia Malk, who is back there serving. She's running up, trying to play defense, and it was that campfire defense, as you like to call it, where no one goes for it, everyone looks at it, and I think if Laney was in there, though, that probably wouldn't drop.
Sheridan Leverett serves into the net. 2 UCLA service errors. 5-4. Big Red in the first. Jumped out to a 2-love lead. Trailed 4-2. Now 5-4 UCLA. Lower bowl nearly full here at Pauley Pavilion. Largest volleyball crowd they've ever had in this building. Middle swing by Mariana Singletary, and they say she's under the net. Not sure about that. Head coach UCLA, head coach Alfie Reft wants an explanation. Point Nebraska 5-5. So you got 2 service errors and now under the net by the middle attacker. 5-5.
I think it was actually their setter, Kate Duffy, who went under the net when she was going up to set. It was a tight pass.
Duffy back pass, back set. PK Kong, huge block. Timberland Fair. Andi Jackson. Huskers' first block of the evening is brought to you by Union Bank and Trust. UBT, with each one of those, they add to their blockout hunger tally, and that results in a donation to the Lincoln Food Bank. UBT, where your money has people. Outside tip shot by Maggie Lee. She held onto that, no call. Now Nebraska, tip shot on the left front by Taylor Landfair. Block back cover. Gets again. This time Taylor swings off the top of the tape, rolls wide. 6-5 UCLA. Boy, they're letting everything go tonight, Lauren.
I think sometimes
Maggie Lee, former Pac-12 freshman of the year 2 years ago. She's a junior now with UCLA. First year here. Native of Beijing, China. Pass made. Set left by Bergen to Taylor. Tipping. Not this time. Here come the white-clad Bruins outside. Maggie Lee blasts it, looking for fingers. Nope, it was way long. And now we go. UCLA is being asked to have a challenge. And Albie Rep is saying no. Maggie Lee said, yeah, she thought there was a touch. And Albie Rep, the head coach, says no. 7-6 Nebraska now. So rarity, a player wants a challenge, but coach doesn't give it to her. Maggie Lee, high pass, joust. And they're going to call a back row block on the setter. As Rebecca went up assertively, and that ball was above the net, so that's free reign. And when the setter touched it, after Rebecca touched it, that's a back row block against UCLA, 8-6 Huskers.
That ball just has to cross the plane of the net, and that's exactly what it did. Rebecca read it perfectly. She goes up with one hand like she's attacking. That's exactly what she's supposed to do in that situation.
Andi Jackson serves as a roll shot left side. Guess who dug it? Andi Jackson, Nebraska with the slide. Rebecca Alec, block back. Great pancake by Bergen. Left side swing, Taylor Landfair, block back covered. Travels across the net. UCLA volleyball. Back set. PK Kong down the line. Long. Point. Nebraska. What defense? Wow. That's volleyball.
Beautiful pancake save by Bergen Riley on that cover. Wow.
Served by Andi Jackson. Maggie Lee, she's had her passing woes this year. Not a good pass to slide to PK Kong. Big block. Second by Nebraska. You know who? Rebecca Alec. Had a little help from Taylor Landfair. And their body bumping in black. 10-6 Nebraska. Set number 1. Timeout UCLA. 10-6 Big Red on the Huskers Network. This is Big Red Volleyball. 10-6 Nebraska. Set number 1 just started. Huskers on a roll. 5 straight points. Timeout UCLA. This one's brought to you by Currency. Currency makes financing quick, easy, and secure for heavy machinery, farm equipment, trucks, trailers, and more. Use Currency next time for your lending needs. Served by Andi Jackson. Out of bounds. That's her team-leading 29th service error. 10-7 Big Red in the first.
I feel like we always miss serves after a timeout. Someone just needs to go to the server and say, hey, just a reminder, even if it's a cupcake serve, just get it in, over and in.
I think we just give one of the assistant coaches that role.
Or one of the grad managers.
Very nice. You are in charge of chatting with the server after opposing team's timeouts. Left side tip shot, Taylor Landfair off the dig. Now, remember, she's hitting .396 in the conference. She's on fire. It's like 2022 all over again. But rather than wearing the Minnesota jersey, she's playing for the Huskers, wearing black tonight. It's 11-7 Big Red.
She's calling for an inside set, so she's about 5 feet in from the pin. Very inside, even though she's swinging on that left pin. So she comes inside, the block, UCLA block moves with her, and then she just tips where no one's home in that right front area.
Sheridan Leverett, back row swing, over dig, swing back by Brooklyn Briscoe, won't drop. Now left side shot, Taylor. Here come the Bruins. They run the side. Big swing down line, good. That's Lainey Choboy outside of Landfair looking for her third kill off the dig. Indiana 10. She's got another one. It's 12-7 Nebraska.
Lainey Choboy playing some really nice defense, picking up a block touch that went to the donut, then digging a shot down the line. just keeping the Huskers alive in that rally.
This place is combustible. Here comes the slide. Brooklyn Briscoe blocked to the left there. That's number 3. Blocking better than cholesterol tonight. Nebraska's up 13-7. We just started.
Really, it's Taylor Landfair who's getting all these blocks tonight. It's her setup that's creating success, and the middles are able to close to her. These sets to the right pin, UCLA's right pin, so our left pin where Taylor Landfair's at, where she's blocking, they're dying inside. So Taylor Landfair doing a really nice job moving the block inside, getting in front of those attackers, and just shutting them down.
UCLA brings in a new setter. Roll shot over. Nebraska feeds right side. Virginia Adriano off the block. Shanked out of here. Another one for Nebraska. Huskers trailed 6-5. It's now 14-7 Big Red. Not sure if this is a sign of panic or not, but right away a new setter, Zayna Meyer. She's a transfer from Long Beach State. Serve out of bounds by Bergen Riley, 14-8.
2 service errors, no aces. Same with UCLA. 2 service errors, no aces.
Maggie Lee, Beijing, China. She thinks LA is rural. Line drive serve to the back middle. Pass made by Harper Beauty. The slide. Rebecca Alec blocked back. Great cover by Laney. Huskers feed back row, but it was in front of the 3-meter line, so two-handed across by Harper. Left side swing back by UCLA. Nice up Laney. Middle back. There's a big rip by Harper. Dug by Maggie Lee. Bump set UCLA over to the left front. Tight and a beautiful tool shot by Sheridan Leverett, who then kind of points at Virginia afterwards. That wasn't very friendly. 14-9 Big Red. Maggie Lee hitting only 151. She's been benched at times this year, even though she was freshman of the year in the Pac-12 2 years ago. The slide, Rebecca Alec blasts it off the Sheridan Leverett, blocking out of here. Leverett not that tall. She's maybe 6 feet. 15-9 Big Red.
I like that matchup. It's a smaller block. Bergen sees that. She goes to Rebecca Alec on the slide. It's also an attack in our red zone, which is very difficult for opposing teams to defend. So Rebecca just goes wrist away off the block and out of bounds for a kill.
Set to the middle, tip shot, Brooklyn Briscoe. Doug, Nebraska, quick attack. Rebecca Alec. Faster than email. It's 16-9.
That's what I'm talking about in pregame, that transition offense. It's happening so quick. It's off of a dig. We're running the middle. I mean, UCLA is still scrambling, and we're setting up the play. We're setting up the attack.
Serve to Leverett. Nice pass. Right side shot. Blocked back. Covered. Oh, and on the cover, they flip it over. Here comes Nebraska. Bumped over to the left. Harper. Blocked back. Great cover by Laney. She's been active. Up 6. Harper swings. Blocked back. Covered by Taylor. Set to the middle. Rebecca Alec. Into that conversation. Rebecca Alec piling up the numbers. She's got 2 blocks and 3 kills. No errors. 17-9. All Nebraska in Los Angeles. Timeout, Bruins. You're listening to the Huskers Radio Network. Served by Taylor Landfair. Lines it to Lola Schumacher. Libero. Good pass. Left side swing. Leverett. Blocked. Rebecca Alec's got her 3rd block. Virginia Adriano helped. They're body bumping again in black. It's 18-9.
When UCLA sets their pin attackers, the sets are dying inside. So our block's doing a really nice job moving the setup inside and then dropping those hands in to take away the cross-court change.
Overpass Rebecca Alec. Kaboom! My goodness, she's putting dents in the Poly Pavilion deck. 19-9 Nebraska. Wow. And again, Ali Raft in his 3rd year keeps shuffling the deck. He's just bringing in lots of players here in this first set and brings back his starting setter. Sat for a while. And that serve is long. 4th service error by Nebraska. 16, they get 19-10. I was committed by Taylor Landfair. Checks out for T. Sigler. This place is electric. Folks are having fun on a Friday night. The men's volleyball team for UCLA seated to my left. Rebecca Alec told me before this one she knows a few of those guys. Service ace UCLA, their first. Lola Schumacher. Her 8th of the year. It's not a big number. 19-11. It's the first ace of the match, either school. Serves to Therese Sigler. Decent pass. Rebecca set in the middle by Bergen Riley. Gets stuffed. Rebecca says, let's do that again. Maybe a little higher. 19-12. 3 in a row by the Bruins.
I agree. I thought that set was a little too low for Rebecca, but Rebecca also needs to realize that. She's one-on-one. It's a low set. Maybe try and tip around that block.
Rebecca Alec. 4th highest attack percentage on the team. She came in hitting .427. That's how good this offense is. Left side shot by a Harper. Great dig, Lola Schumacher. Left side roll shot, Leverett for UCLA. Diving dig, Sigler outside Nebraska. Harper, big blast, block back. It drops 4 in a row for the Bruins. Schumacher, a great dig, and they're going back to congratulate her. The block belongs to Mariana Singletary, the former Texas Longhorn, 19-13.
UCLA gaining a little momentum right now. Can Nebraska turn off this momentum and get a quick side out here?
Sigler, okay pass. Jack back, right side, tip shot, Virginia. Now UCLA. Leverett, cross court, in. That's an All-American swing right there. 19-14, 5 in a row for UCLA, but they still trail by 5. Timeout, Danny Busboom Kelly. Can't afford these runs in December. Danny Busboom Kelly was concerned about the runs that Minnesota had on Saturday, and now UCLA has got 5 straight points. We're late in the first, 19-14 Nebraska on the Huskers Radio Network.
If you are a fighter, Modelo is your reward. So listen close. You put up with a lot, but you always hold it down for your people. You are strong. You are fearless. You are the baddest on the block. You are an elbow grease factory, a force of nature. You are not to be reckoned with. You are a ride or die, a powerhouse of productivity. You are a fighter, and Modelo is your reward. You've earned every last drop of this rich golden lager, so raise it up high. Modelo, the mark of a fighter. Drink responsibly. Beer imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
As the world's largest family-owned and operated manufacturer of grain storage, drying, and handling equipment, Sukup Manufacturing Company has led the way in innovation, offering top-quality products that empower farmers to thrive. Set yourself up for success with Sukup, where innovation meets reliability. Visit Sukup.com today to find a dealer near you.
5 consecutive UCLA points. Cannot afford that in December. This one's brought to you by Emeritus, a longtime sponsor of the Huskers. Emeritus has invested in all 13 women's athletic programs. Husker Women's Athletics, powered by Emeritus. Lola Schumacher, one of these great Indiana back row players. She comes from Carmel, Indiana. That's Kenzie Knuckles territory. Megan Miller territory. Boy, you're in the crib in Indiana. They hand you a volleyball. 19-14. Huskers, after 5 straight UCLA points, passed by Rebecca. Left side shot. Harper down the line of beauty. Harper Murray. Lauren, is that her first kill?
Let's look at the stats. No, second kill. 2 kills, 1 error, 9 swings, hitting 111.
That ends a 5-point UCLA run. 6-point lead. Nebraska up 2014. Serve Laney. Nice pass. Kat Lutz. Left side tip shot. Leverett diving in there is Laney. She crashes into Virginia. Everybody's okay. Outside roll shot. Harper. She got 3 kills. 21-14. She's got all the speeds.
You're seeing why Laney Choboy is wearing that libero jersey. I mean, she is just patrolling the floor tonight. That tip was right in front of Bergen Riley. Laney cuts her off, picks it up, and she's covered so much court tonight.
Laney serves. Nice pass. Kat Lutz. Back row swing. And a big block as Maggie Lee gets stuffed. Looked like Harper Murray and also Andi Jackson. Block number 5 already for Nebraska. 22-14.
And Virginia Adriano. We had 3 blockers up on that play.
Remember, UCLA, a low attack percentage. 3rd lowest in the conference. They just struggle scoring points, especially against big blocks. And Nebraska comes in as the stingiest defense in the country. Service error, Laney Choboy. Nebraska 4 service errors already. 22-15. Huskers set 1. It's been lively Here's Kate Duffy, got benched for a while, back in there. She's the starting setter. Ventura, California, just a sophomore. Passed by Terea Siegler. Back set, Virginia Adriano. Oh, it hit Lola Schumacher in the left ankle. It was going to be wide, but it hit her leg. She's not happy. 23-15.
The line shots are working for us right now. Virginia just took one down the line for a kill. Harper, a couple plays ago, took a shot down the line for a kill. So the line is open. It's available. Hopefully our pin attackers continue to hit down the line.
Olivia serves tight to the net. Left side shot. Leverett. Ooh. Laney took it close to the cheek. I think mostly the shoulder absorbed it. Point Leverett. She's had a hot first set. 23-16, Big Red.
Andi Jackson got caught up with UCLA's middle. She didn't read that correctly, so it left Leverett one-on-one, and she brings a lot of heat to leave her one-on-one.
5 kills, hitting 400. She serves. Pass by Harper. Murray gets it back. Left pin over the double block. Roll shot to her right. It drops. Oh, my goodness. 4 huge hands in front of her, and she finds a way. 24-16, Nebraska.
That's what we would call a beach shot. Just that cutty inside the block, inside the 10-foot line, a little wrist away. She makes plays in tough situations.
Served by Harper. Huskers only hitting 2-5-0. Outside shot by Maggie Lee. Kicked. Laney Choboy to nobody, however. That was her only option. 24-17. Maggie Lee had 5 critical kills, set 5 Sunday, and their 18-16 set 5 win over Northwestern here. That could have really derailed their season, but they hung on and won that match. And then on set point, Nebraska, line drive serve, Mariana Singletary out of bounds. 25-17, Nebraska wins the first set. That was your Hy-Vee set point, brought to you by Hy-Vee, proud sponsor of Nebraska Volleyball. Hy-Vee with a helpful smile in every aisle. Set 2 shortly. My goodness, Nebraska's won 47 consecutive sets on the Huskers Radio Network. And check hitting 429. That's 3rd highest in the conference. Comes off the bench. That's a super sub. Left side roll shot by Sheridan Leverett. 1-0 UCLA. 4 service errors for Nebraska in that first set, and UCLA hit, I believe, 0 in that first set. They're now hitting 0-3-8. Here comes the serve by Lola Schumacher over to T. Sigler. Guides it to Bergen. Back set right side. Alley check. Kaboom! She's making UCLA look like Stanford. Remember, she had 12 kills against Stanford, led the Huskers. That was in late August. It's 1 apiece in the second.
Bergen gives that set a nice high arch, and Allie's able to just hammer it inside the block. Sharp cross-court, wrist away because she's a lefty on that right pin.
Well, Maggie Lee just really struggles passing. Joust at the net, controlled by UCLA. Sheridan Leverett searching for hands, pushed it out of bounds. 2-1 Nebraska. But Allie Check just a burst of energy off the bench. 6'4" transfer from Baylor, Sugar Land, Texas. Line drive serve. Goes to Kat Lutz. Nice pass by the DS. The slide. Terriana Singletary. She's been very quiet until then. 2-2. Singletary's first kill, second swing of the evening. I'd say 65-70% red, 35 to 30% light blue. What do you call the UCLA blue? It's a beautiful color. I can't think of the name of it. UCLA blue, I think is what it's called. Back set right side, shot by Allie Check. This time a diving dig by Schumacher. She's been a great transfer from Wisconsin. Roll shot over. Here come the Huskers again. Back set, timing off. Roll shot from Allie Check. Again, Schumacher the dig. And UCLA pushes it to the middle. And another kill for Mariana Singletary. And it's 3-2 UCLA.
They call it Bruin Blue, JB.
Nice.
Bruin Blue.
What a beautiful campus it is right here. Bruin Walk is adjacent to Pauley Pavilion. 33,000 undergrads, 14,000 grads. Outside set, big swing by Harper. Sideways dig, chased down by Leverett. Beauty. Free ball over. Here comes Nebraska in those black tops. Outside Harper, block back. Great cover by Allie Check. Huskers bump it over to Harper. Left pin roll shot down the line. One hand dig by the setter, Kate Duffy. Libero sets up PK Kong right side, cross court, Doug. Nebraska outside Harper's third swing of the rally. A roll shot, no. UCLA backs at PK Kong, way out of here. Hold everything. Net violation. Nebraska totally bails out UCLA and PK Kong. 4-2 Bruins in the second. Huskers won the first.
It looks like they called Harper Murray in the net, but she's arguing right now, saying she didn't touch the net. So we'll see if Nebraska decides to pull a green card and review this.
Boy, if you're an ear doctor, you're passing around business cards. It is loud in here. Line drive served by Duffy. Would have been long, probably. Terea Siegel had to play it. Too close. Right side swing. Alley check, block back. Amazing cover by Lainey Choboy. Then across the net it goes. And UCLA swings and Bergen throws out her right arm. And that one goes over the net and just wide. Lainey Choboy, my goodness. That ball came back like a rocket. She dug it. 5-2 UCLA in the second.
I don't know. We'll have to ask Danny post-game. Lainey seems like a changed player to me, and I don't know what it is. I can't put my finger on it, but she seems like she's covering even more court, and her passing has been dialed in.
Looks like she's going on 45 RPMs. Everybody else 33. She is that quick. Meanwhile, service ace Kate Duffy. Second ace of the evening for UCLA against 3 errors. Nebraska no aces, 4 service errors. 6-2 UCLA early in the second. Huskers won the first 25-17.
She served Harper short, and Harper was just pretty deep, not ready to move forward on her toes, ready to move forward for that pass.
Line drive serve to the back middle. T. Siegler to the target pass. Right side tip shot. Alley check. That's not going to work. Now UCLA sets middle. Mariana Singletary sends that one towards the 405 freeway. You do not need a challenge to clarify whether that was in or out. 6-3 UCLA.
This was the story in the first set. UCLA would go on a run, gain some momentum, and then they would make an error, an attacking error, service error. And so we'll see if they can cut down on some of those errors.
Maggie Lee, the target on that Olivia Maux serve. Bad pass outside set. Leverett. Big dig Laney. Left side roll shot Harper. Here comes UCLA. Set to the middle. Mariana Singletary. Nice up by Olivia. Chase down Bergen. Over the net it travels. Again, the Bruins on the free ball. 6-3. Huskers pushed across by Singletary. And then second contact. T. Sigler crosses the net again. UCLA. Swing by Leverett. Blocked back wide. Point Nebraska. UCLA. 7-3 Bruins.
Bergen Riley, Andi Jackson were in the right spot, up at the right time. Pressed over the net. Their hands were just turned out, so that ball's going off Andi Jackson's hands, landing out of bounds.
UCLA led 6-5 in the first, and Nebraska took off and led 14-7. Never looked back here in the second. 7-3 Bruins. And then Leverett serves towards Sunset Boulevard. My goodness. On that service error, she got her money's worth. It's 7-4. Just when UCLA had all the momentum. Served by Harper just across. Singletary, the middle has to pass. Not so good. The right side attack. PK Kong, second in a row. Errant swing by her, way out of bounds. 7-5 Bruins. PK Kong wearing a big brace on her right knee. She's been out most of the year. It's just her 8th match back. Line drive serve to Schumacher. Would have been long. She played it. It was close. Left side attack by Maggie Lee. Doesn't matter. She fires it off the block and out. 8-5 Bruins.
Bruins slowly heating up offensively, hitting 073 for the match, 188 in this set. Huskers 0 in this set and 186 for the match.
Huskers hitting almost 350 for the year. Half of that so far tonight. Center dump by Bergen Doug. Right side PK Kong block back covered. Again, the Bruins bumped over the left. That's Maggie Lee out of Beijing. Kill. 9-5 UCLA.
Here's the other stat I'm focusing on, JB. Our side-out percentage. Normally, our goal is 65% or higher. Normally, we're well above that. Right now, we're siding out at 50%. I believe that's the lowest number so far this season.
Huskers came in siding out at a 70% clip. UCLA 61%. And now the slide, timing way off. Andi can only tip it over. And then Maggie Lee gets another kill. It's all Bruins right now. 10-5 UCLA in the second. Huskers won the first by 8. Timeout, Danny Busboom Kelly. Here we go again. There's a 5-point run for the Bruins in set number 1. And UCLA, 3 in a row right here. 10-5 in the second. You're listening to Big Red Volleyball. Is shuffling the deck. Lots of new players. Here comes a serve by Mariana Singletary, and she serves out of bounds for the second consecutive time, and it's now 10-6 Bruins.
Nebraska's finally facing a little bit of adversity. Let's see how they respond to this. Are they going to fight back? Can they stop UCLA's momentum?
Served by Andy Jackson to the back middle, could pass the slide. PK Kong stuffed. To the net there. Rebecca Alec. It's 10-7 Bruins. Block number 5 for the Big Red. Andy Jackson serving. Earlier committed her 29th team-leading service error. No libero, and that's an ace. That's her 14th ace of the year. And it's brought to you by soy-based biodiesel. Good for the environment, your engine, the economy. Next time you fill up, check out soy-based biodiesel. Timeout UCLA. That was quick. 3 in a row after the Husker timeout. And it's now 10-8 Bruins. Timeout UCLA. Set 2. Huskers won the first by 8. On the Husker Radio Network.
RE/MAX is the official real estate partner of Nebraska Athletics, and we understand there's a number for everything: square footage, down payment, interest rates. But how do you measure the trust you have in your agent? For a RE/MAX agent, it's not about numbers on a contract. It's being a trusted RE/MAX agent. That means you'll get honest advice, expert guidance, and someone who's committed to your success. Because while numbers count, trust is what truly matters. RE/MAX, the official real estate partner of Nebraska Athletics. Each office independently owned and operated.
From the chant of Husker Power to Allo Fiber powering your home and Husker Nation, Allo is the teammate you can trust. Whether you're streaming at home with Allo Internet, watching on the go with DirecTV through Allo, or checking stats and scores on Allo Mobile, Allo keeps you in the game. Bench the other guys and team up with the official internet, TV, and mobile partner of the Huskers. Go Gig Red. Visit allofiber.com/Husker Radio.
10-8 UCLA set 2. Huskers won the first set by 8. This one's brought to you by Currency. Currency makes financing quick, easy, secure for heavy machinery, trucks, trailers, farm equipment, and more. And Acres is Midwest premier John Deere dealer, supplying the equipment and services to advance agriculture and much more. Acres, solutions for every field. I don't know how these players can hear the coaches. They play the music so loud, but it's adding to the festive atmosphere. Husker fans filling up about 65-70% of the chairs, and this place probably about 10,000 here. It seats almost 14,000. Husker fans have flown in from all over the place. They've told me can't get seats like this in Lincoln. You got to follow them on the road. Pass by Maggie Lee, the slide. PK Kong. She's blocked for the second straight time on the slide. To the Landfair, Rebecca Alec. It's 10-9, 4 in a row for the Big Red. Down by 1 now.
Taylor Landfair, Rebecca Alec, they lead the team in blocks right now, both at 5. And Taylor Landfair just doing an incredible job setting up the blocks so Rebecca can close to her.
PK Kong is playing opposites, but she's running a slide. Remember, she played middle most of the time for Louisville all those years. 3 times she went to a Final Four under Danny Busboom Kelly. Outside set, Maggie Lee slugs that one down the line for a UCLA kill. 11-9 Bruins in the second.
Maggie Lee's getting hot in this second set. They're setting her right now because she's matched up with Bergen Riley. So it's a smaller block. Lee's going up, attacking over Bergen. And Bergen didn't do a great job getting all the way out to the pin, shutting down that line attack. And Lee will attack down the line.
Serve to Harper, perfect pass. Set back to Harper, middle back, big swing off the dig into the second row. Lola Schumacher climbing over fans. Everybody's okay. It's 11-10 UCLA.
I believe
I love
that's
that when the players are climbing over the crowd. They're trying to get up there, bring the ball back. Good stuff. You don't see that a lot in hockey. Here comes a serve by Bergen Riley into the net. 12-10 UCLA.
Going back to that attack from Harper Marie out of the back row, I believe that was our first back row attack tonight, JB. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that has not been a big part of our offense. Normally it is.
Maggie Lee's going to serve. Junior. Beijing, China. Good pass outside. Taylor Landfair. Kaboom! Off the taken down. It's 12-11 UCLA. Huskers are clawing back.
That set went wide, so Taylor Landfair's only option there was to go cross court, and she somehow finds a way. The block's flying out. She cuts it inside the block and hits it sharp enough with enough heat that UCLA can't get it up.
Taylor Landfair serves. Allie check in. Super sub with a kill already. Left side tip shot. Leverett. Nice up by Bergen. Laney sets up. Harper left pin. Fires it off the block. Doug. UCLA jumps at left. Leverett. Block back. Nebraska's tied it up after trailing 10-5. It's 12 apiece in the second in Pauley Pavilion.
One of the reasons why Allie Check isn't the starting right side is because of her blocking. Virginia Adriano is a better blocker than Allie, but Allie's showing us right there she can get in front of a big attacker and shut them down.
Bad pass this time by Kat Lutz. Bumps at left. That's the issue with UCLA. It's not good at passing, and a two-hander across, not high enough, and Rebecca stuffs it down. That's a big block for Rebecca, and the Huskers have a lead. It's 13-12 in the second after trailing by 5. Little nonchalant on that free ball by Sheridan Leverett. You got to get it higher than that, especially with Rebecca patrolling. Back row, back right swing by Maggie Lee. It goes backwards, and Laney goes crashing into a chair, and she's okay. My goodness, players are going into the crowd, trying to bring back volleyballs, 13 each. There's plenty of space in the end zone beyond the end line. 9 meters by 9 meters. That's the dimension of the court on either side of the net. And you got a 3-meter line. Long shoot set. Gap set to Rebecca Alex. She pushes it to the donut. Falls in front of Kat Lutz. 14-13. Huskers set 2 after winning the first.
It wasn't a perfect connection, but we ran the middle, and Rebecca was really smart with that set. Just going up, tipping it over. That's all it takes. If the set's not there, just tip it over. You're probably still going to get a kill.
Huskers hitting just 240 for the match. The slide, and Mariana Singletary fires it off to Harper Murray, blocking out. We're tied at 14 in the second. Well, the Huskers looking for adversity. Adversity has been a stranger to Nebraska. 14 apiece.
Harper Murray flying out with that slide attack. She can't afford to do that. She has to get stopped and drop those hands in instead of swinging those hands out on that block.
Kate Duffy, she was benched briefly in the first set. She's back in there setting. Overpass. Shot back. Mariana Singletary. That was Harper with the high pass. 15-14. UCLA back on top.
This is a surprise for me. Harper Murray she's been ace tonight. She just had an overpass there. Normally teams serve away from her because she's such a good passer, but UCLA taking a risk going after her tonight, and it's paying off.
Another bad pass by Harper. Now she's going to get a swing and off the block. Another dig traveled into press row and rescued beautifully by Kate Duffy. Free ball over. Here comes Nebraska. Quick attack. Kaboom! Andi Jackson. My goodness, 15 apiece, putting dents in the Pauley deck.
Andi Jackson's one-on-one in the middle, so she can go to her left, she can go to her right. That time she decides to go wrist away to her right because UCLA's middle is taking away her crossbody shot to her left.
Olivia Mauk back in there. Bennington Badger. Team struggling playing football tonight at Waverly. The quick attack in the middle. Mariana Singletary drives it down to the Husker floor. This is no cakewalk. 16-15 UCLA set 2. We told you they had a lot of talent. They've beaten Penn State, beat Minnesota on the road, and they swept USC here. So USC's last loss, they won 9 in a row. Back row roll shot, T. Sigler, nice up Schumacher. What a libero. Outside swing, Maggie Lee, cross court, in. She's having a match of her junior year. 17-15 UCLA.
Lee was hitting line earlier in this set. Now she goes deep cross court. She's mixing up her shots, so she's difficult to defend, but again, she's matched up with Bergen Riley. That's our smallest blocker. So UCLA's getting Lee involved, letting her go up and over Bergen Riley.
She's only been in the lineup the last 4 matches, and she's led them in scoring. Doing it again tonight. Maggie Lee, 7 kills, hitting .455 for the year. Maggie Lee hitting .151. So this is maybe a career night, but certainly her best match of the year. Service error, Sheridan Leverett, 17-16. Nebraska down 1. Served by Harper, back left. Maggie Lee, the target, not a good pass. Gets it back, swings off the double block. It drops. Lauren, what is so effective about Maggie Lee right now?
Like I was just saying, she's mixing up her shots, so it's tough. Normally hitters have a tendency, and they like to go cross court, so you know they're probably going to attack cross court. Well, Lee, she's gone down the line, she's gone cross court, she's thrown in some off-speed shots, and so her block's just having a tough time tracking her, getting in front of her, and then getting some positive block touches on her.
Harper the pass, Andi Jackson the swing off the Brooklyn Briscoe block, out of bounds. Point Nebraska needed that. 18-17. UCLA late set 2. Huskers won the first by 8. Andi Jackson, one of 14 semifinalists, the only middle blocker for National Player of the Year award, just 2 kills, hit 167 overpass. Rebecca Alec, kaboom! She's waking babies all over. Westwood, it's 18 apiece in the second.
Andi Jackson nailing her serve tonight. She's already had an ace. She has an overpass, or she forces an overpass there. Some tough serving from her.
Rebecca wants to play in Los Angeles all the time. 7 kills, hitting 600. Bad pass, bump set, left, and tip shot blocked back by Rebecca. Great cover. Outside Maggie Lee, out of bounds. No block touch. Point Big Red. 19-18 Nebraska. Late set 2.
Mentioned Rebecca Alex numbers, 7 kills, 1 error on 10 swings, hitting 600. Well, she has 5 blocks to go with that as well. So she's playing offense and defense.
Alfie Ref burns his second and final timeout. Set 2 a little early maybe. 19-18 Nebraska. Late in the second. First to 25. Win by 2. Huskers win the first 25-17. This is the Huskers Radio Network.
12 seconds left in the fourth. Jared has $300 down on a parlay. It's caught! It's caught! Unbelievable! A huge win for Jared, who's now losing his lunch all over the casino floor.
Does gambling disagree with you? Find free help and real hope through the Nebraska Gamblers Assistance Program at gamblingdisagreeswithyou.com.
Yeah, watch the left corner right here, Chip. That stain is not coming out.
Feel like you're always on the run? Me too. As an independent financial professional, I help all kinds of busy people. Young families planning for college, couples working toward retirement, people securing their legacy. Wherever you are in life, Emeritus can help you get more out of life with insurance, employee benefits, and financial services. You're moving fast. Let's help make sure you're on the path to a fulfilling life. Find your next step at emeritus.com. Insurance products issued by Emeritus Life Insurance Corp.
Let's pause 15 seconds for station identification on the Huskers Radio Network.
Real adversity, 19-18. Nebraska by just 1. They trailed 18-16. That's 3 in a row. UCLA just burned their second and final timeout. Hey, homemade chili and cinnamon rolls are back at Runza. Savory and sweet together again. Add a drink to make it a meal. Runza makes it all better. Serve Andi Jackson. She's got an ace and an error serving tonight. Bad pass, Maggie Lee. Free ball over. That's why Maggie Lee benched a bunch this year. Just struggles passing. Outside, big swing by Taylor. Cross court. Nice up. Lola Schumacher fed left. UCLA, Maggie Lee swings off the block and down. Maggie Lee has tied this match. She's got 9 kills. 19 apiece.
Again, between sets 2 and 3, Nebraska is going to have some conversations about how do we slow down Lee. Maybe we'll see Nebraska starting in a different rotation to try and get a different blocking matchup against Lee.
Yeah, Maggie Lee's gone against Bergen most of the night. Maggie Lee's only 6 feet tall, but she's got a high jump and it hits it at the top of the arc. The slide, Rebecca Alec bangs it off the block and out. 2019 Nebraska, that was huge. One Love Big Red 2019 Huskers. Served by Bergen Riley. Schumacher, perfect pass. Outside Maggie Lee. Off the block. Nice punch in the air by Rebecca. Bumps it left Nebraska. Taylor through the double block and down. Point Nebraska. It's 21-19. The block did not seal on that one.
Huskers moving up offensively, hitting 400 in the set, 316 for the match. Bruins, 294 in this set, 169 for the match.
Served by Bergen Riley, the back middle. Nice pass, Lola Schumacher. Maggie Lee has to wait for it. Swings, might have been long, but coming so fast. Harper dug it. Left side roll shot, Taylor Lanford. Nice up, Schumacher. What a libero. Outside swing by Maggie Lee, out of bounds. No block touch. And UCLA wants a challenge right here. I think they're going to get it. 22-19 Nebraska for the moment. We're going to see a video challenge request right here. Maggie Lee is adamant, wants to have a challenge, and nothing official yet. They're not going to challenge it. My goodness, she's begging for it, and her coach won't give it to her. He's got two of them left, and it's 22-19 in the third, and now a service ace by Nebraska's Bergen Riley. The set is almost over now. 23-19, Maggie Lee beside herself. She swore that Nebraska's block touched it and couldn't get her coach to challenge it, even though he's got two left. Wow.
That's the time to challenge it. That was a perfect opportunity.
I mean, you've got a player, your best player, really upset now with the coach, and now the coach calls her over and tries to console her and get her back into it, but she thought that attack was touched by Nebraska on the way out. It would have been a 2-point swing, and now Nebraska's up by 4. 23-19, pass by Schumacher, the slide. Brooklyn Briscoe's been super quiet. Tips it nice up by Laney. Back row shot. Harper Murray, great up by Kat Lutz. Then Maggie Lee, UCLA, blasts it off the alley. Check blocking out. 23-20 now after a Maggie Lee kill.
JB, I watched a replay of that previous Maggie Lee kill where she was asking for a review, and there was a touch. There was movement on Nebraska's block on fingertips. So
I don't.
I feel bad.
That's just perplexing. Served by Maggie Lee. Pass made by Laney. Well done. Set in the middle of the alley. Check coming in there. She's a lefty. Running that shot in the middle. A little tougher than for a righty like Virginia Adriano. Doug, and now outside set, Sheridan Leverett. 23-21. Nebraska's lead dwindles to just 2. Timeout, Danny Busboom Kelly. 23-21. Big Red late, set 2. Huskers won the first, 25-17. Hey, set yourself up to attack student loan debt by investing with Nest 529 Education Savings. Nebraska's college savings plan makes saving for education simple and affordable while providing tax benefits. Enroll at nest529.com, NEST529.com, to help make college even more affordable. And stay healthy and active with natural chiropractic care. Did you know that chiropractic is safe, effective for all ages? It is proven to treat pain, improve mobility, and prevent injury. Find a chiropractic physician near you at nebraskachiropractic.org. Stay active with chiropractic. 23-21 Nebraska. This second set has been a Russian novel, back and forth. Huskers trailed by 5 early and then fought back to tie it at 12. Took a lead and ultimately a 4-point lead at 23-19. However, it's 23-21. Both teams have burned their full complement of 2 timeouts here in set number 2. Husker Nation travels well with the Lincoln Airport, the official airport of Husker Athletics, with convenient flights and hassle-free service. It's LNK for the win. Visit LincolnAirport.com, adding direct service to Las Vegas and then ultimately on to Ontario Airport out here in Southern California in early 2026. LNK for the win. LincolnAirport.com. All right, Nebraska 2 to go here in the second set. Maggie Lee moves to the back row. Remember, at Cal Berkeley, she was the freshman of the year in the final year for the Pac-12. So here's a good trivia question for a beverage gathering over the holidays. Who was the freshman of the year in the final year of the Big 12? That was Maggie Lee, Cal Berkeley. The slide to Rebecca Alec off the block. Get out of here. Huge, 24-21. R-A-T, Rebecca Alec time.
We needed that. She leads the team in kills at 9. In attacking percentage, hitting 667. So she's your hot hand right now. Great job by Bergen to set her.
Served by Taylor, pass by Maggie Lee. This time a good one outside. Sharon Leverett off the block and out. 24-22. They're going after Allie Check's block.
It's Allie Check's block. It's Bergen Riley's block. Basically, UCLA is relying heavily on their left sides. And then when the pass is off, when the pass is perfect, that's when they feed their middles.
One more to close out the second set. Lola Schumacher sails it over to Terea Sigler. Not a great pass back set. Allie Check for the set. Big blast. High carom. Doug. UCLA feeds left. Leverett. Tip shot. Diving dig by Laney. But no one plays the second ball. Point Bruins. 24-23 Nebraska.
And so here's what happened. It was a great up by Laney, but you had T. Sigler moving forward, thinking she was going to try and pick up that tip. You had Bergen Riley releasing to the net, and then Laney Choboy flying in. So Bergen gets caught up with Laney. She's not able to get to that second contact. She's calling for help, but Terea Sigler, she had moved forward trying to pick up the tip, and so she can't move back behind. And I actually think Terea got injured on that play. She's a little slow to get up, moving around. Teammates are around her right now. We'll see what happens. She gets pulled out.
She's shaken up. I mean, you could put Maisie Bosinger back in there, but Terea's a back row attacking threat. She has not been sent here tonight. She's shaking it off. She'll stay in there. She'll pass with Laney and Harper. One more chance to close this second set out. 24-23 Nebraska. 2 squandered set point chances. Served by Schumacher. Got to get it in. She lollipops it. Nice pass by Sigler. Outside. Harper for the set. Kaboom! That's an All-American. 25-23. No doubter. Great pass. And ultimately, statement kill by Harper Murray. 25-23. The Huskers hang on in the second and go up too long. 48 consecutive sets.
That's exactly the kind of response that we wanted to see from the Huskers.
Quick attack, Rebecca Alec. Doug, UCLA gets a swing from Sharon Leverett. Big block, Rebecca Alec. Wow. 1-0 Big Red.
Towards the end of the second set, Terea Sigler went for a ball, a little shaken up afterwards. However, she looks totally fine now, 100%. She just passed. I mean, she's celebrating, so she looks okay.
Middle backswing by Maggie Lee. Nice up Bergen. Husker volleyball. Bump set. Laney over to the left side. Harper off the top of the tape. Diving dig. Beauty by Kat Lutz. Junior defensive specialist Tori Pines. Free ball over. Here come the Huskers. Quick attack. Andi Jackson off the dig. Out of bounds. It's 2-love. Nebraska set 3. Up 2-0.
Every single time we have set the middle in transition tonight. So off of a dig, it's been a kill, and it's also been one-on-one. So if you're Bergen Riley, continue to run the middles in transition.
Laney's gone the entire match at libero. Sends it to the back middle. Good pass. The slide timing off. Roll shot won't drop for Mariana Singletary. Here come the Huskers outside. Harper Murray down the line. Nice up Maggie Lee. UCLA down 2-love in the third. Roll shot left pin. Sheridan Leverett. Nice up by Bergen. Here come the Huskers. Right attack. Wow. Kaboom! Allie Check. That's geometry. 3-0. Offensively, Huskers attack up to 3-1-7 in good shape to make it 16 straight matches hitting above 300. Served by Laney, line drive, good pass. The slide, Mariana Singletary, wow. Former Texas Longhorns, a good one. Down the line, in. That's a tough shot. 3-1, Big Red in the third.
That is a tough shot. And UCLA has some talent, so they're going to make some big plays, make some tough shots like that. And it's Nebraska, you just let it go, you move on to the next play.
Huskers won the first by 8, the second by just 2. Kate Duffy, the setter, good pass to Terea Sigler, quick attack, Andi Jackson, kaboom! AJT. Andi Jackson time, 4-1.
UCLA has been trying to serve all of our passers. They started off the match serving Laney. She was passing nails. Then they went to Harper, had a little success there. But then they decided to go away from Harper, and now they're targeting Terea Sigler.
Service ace, Olivia Mauk, Nebraska's third ace of the night, brought to you by Soy-Based Biodiesel. Check it out next time you fill up. Timeout, UCLA, 5-1. Big Red in the third. Oh, they're actually going to pull a green card here. I don't think this is a timeout, just a challenge. So they decided to challenge on 5-1 Huskers in the third, but they did not challenge at 21-19 in the second when there actually was a potential block touch. This one brought to you by GamblingDisagreesWithYou.com. Husker volleyball fans, when's the last time you asked yourself, does gambling disagree with you? Get free help and real hope through the Nebraska Gamblers Assistance Program at GamblingDisagreesWithYou.com. GamblingDisagreesWithYou.com. So this is just a simple request to review whether that ball, a serve from Olivia Mauk, was in or out. What do you think, Lauren?
I think it was in. I'm hoping the call will stay, but I don't have the greatest angle, and we'll see what happens. But I think it was in. I'm still baffled, though, JB, that they did not challenge late in that second set. That was the time to pull a green card. There was, on the replay that I saw, there was definitely finger movement, definitely a block touch. And it makes you wonder, is there a disconnect between coach and player? Is there some trust issues? What's going on? Why? Coach Cook always said, anytime a player would turn to me and tell me to challenge, even if I disagreed with them, I would still pull the green card and challenge, because I want to show that there's trust in the players. And I think most coaches agree with that, but it was surprised UCLA did not do that.
Yeah, Coach Alvy Ref not once but twice has said no to a challenge request from Maggie Lee. And the first one was midway through the first set. The second one was late in the second set, which was a close one. Alfie Reft in his third year, back in 2023, just missed the tournament, went 18-12, 10-10 in the Pac-12, and then last year, first year in the Big Ten, 14-15. And you cannot make the tournament unless you have at least a 500 record. And then he was 8-12 in the conference. Hit the portal, 5 impact transfers. They all play. And they're still finding the right chemistry. That green card is unsuccessful. So now UCLA down to one left. 5-1 Big Red here in the third. USC, noon on Sunday, the hottest team in the conference, not named Nebraska. 9 wins in a row. Overpass, shot back. Andi Jackson, kaboom! The overpass is a front row attacker's best friend. It's 6-1. Huskers pouring it on early in the third.
A lot of overpasses tonight that our serve is induced, and our middles are there. They're ready to hammer that overpass straight back down.
Line drive serve just long by Olivia Mauk. So she's got an ace in the air, 6-2 Big Red, and that ends a 4-point Husker run. 3-point Husker run. 6-2 here in the third. Huskers have played UCLA 5 times in December, 4-1 in the postseason all-time. Nebraska 14-5. So much history in this building, but in this rivalry, and of course in these programs. Volleyball royalty tonight, clashing in Westwood. 6-2. Nebraska set 3. Huskers hung on in the second. Handily won the first, served by Leverett. Harper, not a great pass, gets it back inside the left pin, rolls shots it to her right. Doug fed left. UCLA, Maggie Lee. There's Terea Sigler. High dig, joust of the net, won by Bergen Riley. 7-2. Nebraska is set number 3.
Bergen tried a 2-shoot earlier, was unsuccessful, hasn't been super active tonight, but she goes up there to joust, and the key is she won that because she was the last one to jump. So she had all the momentum. She was on her way up, and that's the key in those joust situations.
Serve goes to Maggie Lee. Perfect pass this time. Quick attack in the middle. Mariana Singletary off the Andi Jackson block. Straight to the left, out of bounds. Point UCLA, 7-3 Huskers in the third.
Andi Jackson having a tough time blocking tonight. She's had some nice touches. Her hands are just all over the place. That ball's going off her hands, landing out of bounds, but she only has one block for the night.
Mariana Singletary line drives a serve. Harper Murray and Olivia Mount both said out. It was in. Service ace Singletary. Ace number 3 for UCLA. 6 service errors. Same for Nebraska. 3 aces and 6 errors. Huskers have won 48 straight sets, trying to catch 2007. That great team won 57. Back row swing. Harper Murray from 20 feet. Wow. That's an All-American. 8-4.
Harper passed that and then had to get ready to attack. It was an ugly play, but she finishes strong on a really nice kill.
Andi Jackson sends the serve to the back middle. High pass. Set goes to the left. Shot by Maggie Lee. Kill. 8-5. UCLA wins the next 5. They'll be the favorite in each of those 5. They're going to the tournament, breaking a 2-year drought. They were preseason pick number 5 in the conference. Currently, they're in a 3-way tie for 6th. Just trying to find the right blend and chemistry and just get rid of the injury bug. Served by the lefty Kat Lutz for the first time. Olivia Malk, not a great pass. Back row swing. Harper, great up by UCLA. Fed left. Maggie Lee off the block into press row. Point Bruins, 8-6. Nebraska set 3. Don't pour the after-dinner sherry quite yet.
This has been the story for all 3 sets, though, JB, is Nebraska, UCLA, they start off neck and neck, and then Nebraska finds a way to pull ahead and finish out the set strong.
Lainey Choboy, beautiful pass to slide Rebecca Alec. Doug. UCLA sends it to the left front. Maggie Lee off the dig and out. UCLA is within 1. That's 3 in a row.
I think what's happening is Nebraska, going up, taking a big swing, used to getting kills, and then we're surprised when UCLA digs it and is able to transition on us. And so Nebraska players just don't look like they're ready to play defense, ready for that transition ball from UCLA.
Opponents are going to gain confidence from this film. Setter dump by Bergen Riley. It drops. First contact was made by Sakura Codling. DS just came in, but no one wanted to play the second ball. 9-7 Nebraska. Bergen is so deceptive with that. Ali Czech coming back in for the third set. She played in the second, got 2 kills, no errors, at 250. The slide, Brooklyn Briscoe out of bounds, no touch. Point Huskers 10-7.
Good job by our blocks, same discipline, not getting caught up, reaching and touching that ball as it went out of bounds.
Brooklyn Briscoe, one of those middle. She's been at UCLA for 2 straight years. They set her about every 20 rallies, so she's primarily a defender. Middle backswing by Sheridan Leverett. Wow, well done. Honorable mention All-American, first team All-Conference as a junior. Now as a senior, she gets most of their swings. 10-8, Big Red in the third.
We left Leverett one-on-one. Can't afford to do that. She's a big-time attacker. You have to try and get 2 blockers up on her, try and touch that ball to slow it down.
Both outsides, Maggie Lee, Sheridan Leverett, double-digit kills and hitting higher than 300. That'll take you far in December. I don't think anyone wants to see UCLA in December because they're just starting to put it together. Roll shot, Taylor Landfair, Doug. Sheridan Leverett fires from the left pin off the block and out. You got 2 great outsides. You're competitive in December. 10-9 Nebraska.
They have a great libero as well in Schumacher. I like their setter. Duffy, she's been doing a nice job moving the ball around tonight. Her locations, she's really accurate with her location.
Pass by Harper, the slide, timing off, roll shot, Rebecca Alec, no. Now to tie it, outside tip shot, Leverett, 10-10, set 3. She's got 3 kills in the last 4 rallies. Sheridan Leverett, 6 feet tall, Georgia native, senior.
Lainey Choboy was back, I think, thinking that ball was going to be attacked cross court, and hit pretty heavily, pretty hard, and so Laney was back on her heels, ready to take a hard shot, and wasn't ready to move forward to pick up that tip.
Overpass Harper Murray. She has had an off night passing the volleyball. Shot back Brooklyn Briscoe, 11-10 UCLA. My goodness, that's 4 in a row. So they had a run in the second. In the first set, they had a 5-point run, and here in the third, they had a 4-point run. Trying to stop it right here. Nebraska passes with Harper, okay. Bergen gives it to the middle. Rebecca Alec, redirect, over dig. And now Nebraska set in the middle. Tip shot by Harper. It was on her hand a long time. No whistle. Point Big Red. It dropped. 11 each.
That tip shot has worked all night. Right over the block to the donut. If the set's not there, if the connection's not there, that's the move. Just go up and tip. And that's exactly what Rebecca Alec does. It was a low set. She was down by her armpit. She just tips right over the block for a kill.
They are letting everything go. We saw 2 throws, one by UCLA, one by Nebraska in the first set they let go. That was on Rebecca's hand quite a while. 11-11, set 3. Huskers up 2-love. Deuce game in the second. Line drive served by Tina Landfair. That's what you call a service ace. Maggie Lee at the last moment decided she'd try to play it too late. Threw out a left arm. And that stab attempt went to nobody except the floor. 12-11 Nebraska. That service ace brought to you by Soy-Based Biodiesel. Check it out next time you fill up. Taylor decides she wants to send that to Bel Air Country Club. That was way out of bounds. 12-12. Husker fans have come a long way, but they got one more match on Sunday. Served by Lola Schumacher. Passed by Harper, a decent one. Set in the middle, and Allie Check gets blocked. 13-12 UCLA. 7, hold everything. 4 blocks for UCLA, 8 for Nebraska. It's 13-12 Bruins.
I think that play has become predictable in rotation 1. Bergen almost always sets the right side on that 2-ball. To become less predictable, Bergen needs to mix it up, try setting someone else.
Now she sets Harper, big swing, block back cover. Now Bergen's going to feed outside. Harper shoots it down the line. There's Maggie Lee on her knees. Now outside, roll shot, Sheridan Leverett. Karam's off the block, nice bump set by Bergen, and now Laney sends it over to Allie Check. She fires Doug. Outside UCLA. Sheridan Leverett through the block, punch in the air. Harper free balls it over. 13-12 UCLA with the ball. Outside Sheridan Leverett roll shots. Easy up by Laney. Here come the Huskers to tie it. Outside Harper. Out. Net's moving. Must have been a Nebraska player that hit it. 14-12 Bruins. Nebraska has looked fallible tonight. 14-12 Bruins. Set 3 after dropping the second by 2. Nice pass, T. Sigler. Attack in the middle. Rebecca Alec. And Mariana Singletary is putting up a wall. She's got another block, and it's 15-12 UCLA. Media timeout in the third. UCLA for 1, but now 2 sets. It's taken a mid-set lead against number 1 ranked undefeated Nebraska. This is Big Red Volleyball. Served by Lola Schumacher. Sails it to the back right. Trey Sigler, bad pass. Allie Check's got to bump it over the left. Well done. Harper swings. Sharp angle straight down off the ticket out. What a bump set by Allie Check. And a big kill from Harper Murray. It's 15-13 UCLA.
That's why you always train everyone as a setter, because you never know when someone has to step in and set that second contact. But Allie Check put it a little tight to the net, but in a good spot for Harper to go up and get a kill.
Outside set, Leverett taken off the shoulder, maybe the upper body by Laney. Roll shot Harper outside. Leverett again. Diving dig of beauty in the donut by T. Sigler. Harper slugs it off the block, and it drops. She's got back-to-back huge kills. 1-point ball game, 15-14 Bruins late in the third.
This is exactly what we need from Harper right now. We need her to terminate on these chaotic plays, out-of-system plays. Play isn't perfect, and she's going up and taking big swings and getting kills for the Huskers.
Haven't said this in a long time. This one's closer than newlyweds. It's 15-14 Bruins in the third. And it was a deuce game in the second. Nebraska has looked mortal here tonight. Now to tie this baby. Laney double dribbles 3-4 times, spins the volleyball, holds it out with her left arm, gallops to the inline, sails it to the back left. Cat Lutz the pass, the slide. Mariana Singletary off the block and out. 16-14 UCLA. That's a seasoned transfer from Texas. Played a lot as a sophomore last year. And now starting and carrying this team here in the third set.
It's a perfect pass. So UCLA runs the middles. Our block is late getting in front of her. We need to know that tendency, know that if it's a good pass, they're going to run the middle and be all over that.
Here's the setter, Kate Duffy, Ventura High School, Ventura, California, north of here. Pass made, Trea Sigler outside. Harper, kaboom! My goodness. They were looking for the local. They missed the express. 16-15 Bruins.
Here's what happened on that play. Bergen read this beautifully. Andi Jackson went up on that wide gap, middle set, gap set, and the UCLA block went up with her, and that left Harper one-on-none.
Mariana Singletary fires it off the Andi Jackson block out of bounds. 17-15 Bruins, set 3. Huskers up 2 sets to love, and right now in the balance is a 48 consecutive set winning streak. Plus 15 straight sweeps served by Leverett. Harper, okay pass, gets it back, tips it into 4 blockers. Block back covered by Laney. Left side, a two-hander by Harper. Doesn't get it over the net. Point UCLA. 18-15. Trouble in Los Angeles. Timeout, Danny Busboom Kelly. 18-15 Bruins. This is the Huskers Radio Network. Danny Busboom Kelly led the discussion during that timeout. Often Jalen Reyes will, but that was the head coach. She senses this is a large moment, not just in this match, maybe this season. This is the first time the Huskers have been truly challenged in a sustained way during a match for 2 months since Creighton on September 16th. Sheridan Leverett's going to serve. She's got a couple service errors tonight. But she has 14 kills, hitting .323. The other outside, Maggie Lee, 13 kills, hitting .375. Mariana Singletary hitting .600 in the middle. Backslide. The timing is off between Bergen and Andi. She can only tip it. Doug. UCLA bumps to her left. Maggie Lee, cross-court. Great take by Laney. Now Nebraska, the slide. Andi Jackson. The timing was on. Kaboom! 18-16.
I love the repeat rule in the middle of a rally. The first set and connection was awful. Bergen goes right back to Andi, gets her a good set. They have a good connection, and Andi's able to terminate.
Harper to the back row. She's going to serve. She's a back row threat. Sails it to the back left. Maggie Lee, good pass this time. Set in the middle. Singletary, the timing was way off. She could only underhand it over. Huskers bump it over left. Taylor Landfair needs it. Block back covered. Who now? Bergen chooses. Taylor again. Left pin. Block back. She did not give that a full rip. 19-16 Bruins.
I think the set was a little behind her head, and she was backpedaling, so she didn't get in a great spot to start her approach. So didn't have a lot of speed, didn't have a lot of momentum. The set was behind her head, and I think that's why we saw her roll shot there and then just not make a smart roll shot by going straight into the UCLA block.
Bergen tonight has not been her pinpoint accurate self the entire match. Line drive serve near ace. Olivia just got under it. Pass travels over the net. UCLA ball, left side swing. Maggie Lee, block back. Covered again. UCLA in those white tops. Maggie Lee off the block and out. It's all Bruins. 20-16 late set 3. Timeout Nebraska. They're out of them. Huskers down 4 late in the third. And it's 2 Love Big Red. You're listening to the Huskers Radio Network.
At Woodhouse, it's more than just buying a car. It's about the experience. Our team is dedicated to making every visit seamless, enjoyable, and personalized to your needs. Explore a wide selection of vehicles, from SUVs and sedans to trucks and luxury models, all backed by expert guidance and exceptional service. Whether it's your first car or your next upgrade, discover why generations of drivers trust Woodhouse for a truly memorable experience. Visit us at woodhouse.com today.
To be a part of Nebraska medicine.
Hi, welcome.
Is to be a part of something extraordinary.
Nebraska medicine, how may I help you?
Because these are the doors that open doors.
How are you?
To growth and opportunity for each other and for our community.
That went really well.
For those who know that the academic experience.
You know what? I agree.
The life experience that you get here is beyond what you can get anywhere else. And that's exactly why here is where you belong. Join us at nebraskamed.com/careers. Nebraska Medicine. Together, extraordinary.
UCLA trying to ruin this Nebraska party on the road with about 70% of the fans wearing red. It's 20-16 UCLA late in the third. Huskers did win the first two, and the story is UCLA's offense. They're hitting .250, Lauren. They came in with the third lowest attack percentage in the conference, hitting just .219. So they've done better against the best defense in the country than they do normally.
Part of it is our serving. That's let up. So UCLA's passing. They're in system. And then that's affecting our block and D. Our block's not able to make moves, like early moves like they were making in the first two sets. So we're making late moves. There's a lot of seams in our block, holes in our block. And it's just that ripple effect. And so serving was one of the keys for the night, is how do you stress these Bruin passers with the serve, and I think we're letting up in that area.
Carly Hendrickson comes in off the bench and serves an ace. Harper Murray willed that out of bounds, but it landed well in, 21-16. Carly Hendrickson's had 2 hip surgeries. Big Ten Network just did a story on her. She's going to retire from the sport after this year, even though it's only her third year playing. Not a great pass by Olivia. Left side swing by Taylor. Suddenly Taylor Landfair struggling. She gets another swing. Dig travels sideways, chased down, and PK Kong fires it. Olivia with the up. Down 5, Husker volleyball. Back row tip shot. Harper won't fall. Great diving dig over there by the setter. And then Maggie Lee gets a kill off the block and out. And now Nebraska has got to pull a Lazarus here, down 22-16 late in the third, up 2 sets 1, however, 2 sets 0.
Nebraska looks flustered, and it looks like they don't know what to do or how to respond being down like this.
Huskers led 6-1 in this set. Left side roll shot by Taylor. She's really misfiring. Doug, right side, PK Kong. Net violation, Nebraska. It's 23-16.
I don't think it's Taylor misfiring, JB. I think it's the setting right now from Bergen, who's normally pretty accurate, but is all over the place in this third set and just pushed Taylor too wide there. Taylor was doing what she could to just keep that ball, get it over and in. And so Bergen's going to have to find a way to clean it up if we go into a fourth set.
New setter for Nebraska. Campbell Flynn comes in. Down 23-16. Danny Busboom sits Bergen Riley right down next to her. Campbell Flynn runs a slide. Tip shot by Andi Jackson. Dig travels backwards. Point Nebraska. It's 23-17.
It's a huge sub for Nebraska to bring. Campbell hasn't played this entire match. You bring her in off the bench. She's cold, but she sets Andi Jackson. She's following the game plan. She goes to the middle, and we get a quick kill.
Andi Jackson trying to serve Nebraska back into this set. Line drives it straight ahead. Maggie Lee, she's passing better. Quick attack in the middle by Brooklyn Briscoe. Nice up by Harper. Bumps it left. Landfair, big blast off the block and out. That's 23-18 UCLA.
That out-of-system set was right where it needed to be. 3 feet off, 3 feet in. That was from Olivia Mauk. She just bump sets it behind her head right to Taylor Landfair, right on the money, so Taylor's able to get a kill down the line.
Andi Jackson's got an ace in the service air tonight. Bad pass, UCLA. Only choice outside. Maggie Lee fires it through the double block. Point UCLA. They're going to have 6 chances to close out this set. 24-18 Bruins.
We still have that Bergen right, or I guess this time it's Campbell Flynn, but setter versus Lee matchup. I'm not sure why Nebraska hasn't switched up what rotation they start in to switch up that matchup, but Lee's been attacking off of our setters all night.
There's Kat Lutz, Del Mar, California. Harper with an okay pass. The slide. And Rebecca Alec blocked back. Great cover by Olivia. She tumbles. She's okay. And now a free ball over from Harper. Now for the set. Maggie Lee tips it off the block. Punch in the air by Campbell Flynn. Bump set left Nebraska. Taylor, big windup. Big swing. Dug by their great libero. Back left. Schumacher. Left side shot. Maggie Lee out. No block touch. Point Nebraska. 24-19 UCLA. Huskers hanging around, and it's going to be Campbell Flynn to serve. She's got an ace this year, 5 service errors. Pride of Oakland, Michigan. Number 1 recruit in the country. The lefty sends it over to the back left. That's a bad pass by Schumacher. That doesn't happen often. Bump set left. Maggie Lee for the set. Down. UCLA has done something no opponent has done since September 16th. Won a set against Nebraska. We are going to the 4th. Huskers' streak of consecutive sets won ends at 48. Team switch sides. Come on back for set 4 on the Huskers Radio Network. Well, it was bound to happen at some point, and probably better here than a month from now, as Nebraska drops that 3rd set, not particularly close, 25-19 to UCLA. And remember, UCLA has wins against 3 ranked opponents, but then they had 4 match point chances on October 2nd against Purdue right here and lost it in 5. Purdue is now number 6 in the country according to the RPI, number 9 in the country according to the AVCA coaches poll. I mean, this is a team, Lauren, with a ton of weapons, and everyone wondered when or if they'd put it together. But after tonight, I don't think anyone wants to see UCLA in December.
I agree with you. You mentioned they have 2 really good outsides, good middle, good right side, a good setter, good libero. I mean, it's just a matter of putting it all together, and they finally did that in the 3rd set against Nebraska. And Nebraska broke down, JB. They did not respond in that 3rd set, and I really liked the substitution. I thought Bergen was all over the place with setting towards the end of that 3rd set. They brought in Campbell Flynn. She gave a nice spark to the offense. She's back on the bench now, though, so we'll see, if Bergen's sitting off to the bench and just watching for a minute or 2, if that helped her and if she can better her location here in this 4th set.
Pass by Maggie Lee, well done. The slide, Brooklyn Briscoe. They try to set her early to fool Nebraska. Huskers are ready for it. Big block by Rebecca Alec. 1-love Nebraska. Remember the Huskers in that 3rd set led 6-1 and then lost it by 6.
Another change in this 4th set. Virginia Adriano back in. We haven't seen her since the 1st set.
Left side shot. Sheridan Leverett inside the Adriano block and down 1 apiece. The 2 outsides for UCLA have been unstoppable, as Maggie Lee's hitting better than 400 and Leverett hitting well over 300, and together they have 30 terminations. Chris Schumacher has been the story. What a libero pickup she's been. Native of Indiana, transfer from Wisconsin. Quick attack right behind the center, Rebecca Alec. 2-1, Big Red.
Rebecca Alec, 11 kills now, 2 errors on 20 swings, hitting .450. She leads the team in kills.
Harper, an off night, hitting under 100. She's got 11 kills, though. Passed by Kat Lutz, the slide. Mariana Singletary. This time, the Huskers digger. That's Bergen. So Laney's got a bump set. Harper, big swing, over dig. Don't count her out. It might be an off night, but my guess is she's going to be very active in this 4th set. 3-1 Nebraska.
You have to remember, Harper gets a lot of out-of-system swings, and she also has a lot of times where she has 2 blockers up on her. So it's tough to get kills, and, she is having a little bit of an off night, but she gets kills at the right time.
Set outside, timing off. Sheridan Leverett tips it into the antenna. You can't do that. That's out of bounds. 4-1 Nebraska. Similar lead to early set 3, but UCLA won that set by 6. UCLA hitting .245, Nebraska .280. Served a lead, not a good pass by Maggie Lee. Outside Sheridan Leverett off the block. Nice up by Bergen. Huskers feed right. Virginia Adriano off the block. She covers it herself. Nebraska volleyball on those black tops tonight. Outside shot from Harper off the block, dug by Kat Lutz. Del Mar, California. Left front roll shot, Sheridan Leverett. Here come the Huskers, quick attack. Andi Jackson block back covered. Again, Nebraska. Andi Jackson pushes it, dug. Here come the Bruins outside Sheridan Leverett off the block and out. They're feeling it. It's 4-2 Nebraska.
Looks like a collision between Lainey Choboy, Terea Sigler. Both a little slow to get up.
Sheridan Leverett, what a night. 15 kills, hitting .303. Maggie Lee, a better night. 17 kills, hitting .375. Sheridan Leverett says she wants to be a sports broadcaster someday. Wouldn't be surprised. She is active. Certainly a leader on this team. Comes from the state of Georgia, former Gatorade High School Player of the Year in the state of Georgia. Served by Kate Tuffy, the setter, just long. Good decision by Harper to land that one. 5-2, Big Red in the fourth, up 2-1.
7 service errors for the Bruins, 4 service aces. Same for Nebraska, 7 service errors, 4 service aces.
Serve from Olivia Maggie Lee, bad pass. Kate Duffy hustles over for it, bumps over Sheridan Leverett, tip shot. Good dig by Elaney. Left front, Carper, Murray, kaboom! That's geometry. My goodness. 6-2, Huskers set 4.
Harper Murray's on a mission. It's an inside, out-of-system set. The block's flying out past her. She sees that opening and cuts it inside the block for a big kill.
Olivia serves again. She runs so many points when she serves. Quick attack, Mariana Singletary. That's one weapon that most opponents don't have, that the Huskers have. A bad pass, they're still running middle. 6-3 Huskers. It's been a while since a Husker opponent hit better than 200. Right now, UCLA hitting 233. Serve Sheridan Leverett down the line. Harper, okay pass, fed to the left, nobody there. She can only free ball it over. UCLA on the free ball, down 3. Maggie Lee, cross court, great up by Laney. Set to the middle back, Terea Sigler's first swing. She gets blocked. Mariana Singletary, 6-4 Nebraska.
Bergen just forced that back row set. I don't think it was there. That was the right choice. And it was almost an out-of-system situation. And usually when you're out of system, you don't want to rely on your back row.
Mariana Singletary, 6 blocks. She's been involved in each of the team's blocks tonight. Big middle for UCLA. Transfer from Texas. The slide, tip shot, Andi Jackson. 9 kills, no errors on 12 swings for Andi. Get her the ball, GHTB. It's 7-4 Nebraska. Here's Harper, number 27. That's her dad's jersey, former Michigan defensive back. Quick attack, Mariana Singletary, and just long. I thought Harper got hit in the foot on that one. She was diving to get out of the way, successfully so. 8-4, Big Red.
She made a really athletic move to avoid touching that ball on its way out of bounds.
Harper serves past Maggie Lee. Set to Mariana Singletary. She's misfires 2 in a row. 9-4 Nebraska. Huskers were reeling there, leading just 6-4 after a big kill by Singletary following a big block by Singletary. And now she has back-to-back attack errors. It's 9-4 Nebraska. Timeout UCLA. About 70% of the fans were in red, and behind me, they are just from the first row to the back row, just packed this place. Pauley Pavilion, high pass by UCLA. Good set outside. Maggie Lee swings. The block goes up in the air, and then leaping in the air, Andi Jackson, 2 hands at home. That's her 10th kill. No errors, and Nebraska is up 10-4 in the fourth.
Huskers look like they're on a mission right now, and they're playing at a really high level, and this is the response that you want to see after that. They lost that third set.
Outside Maggie Lee down the line, 10-5.
UCLA very predictable. When Lee's in the front row matched up against Bergen Riley, they're setting her, and Bergen just struggling to get in front of that right attacking shoulder, flying out past it on that last play there and leaving a seam between her and Andi Jackson, and that's where Lee attacked.
Remember, Maggie Lee was benched much of this year because of her passing woes. She's got about 20 kills tonight. The internet's not working here, but Last check, she had 17. She had a couple since. She's probably got 19 kills right now. Free ball over to the Huskers. The slide. Andi Jackson, kaboom! She's got 11 kills. No errors. Huskers with a huge 11-5 lead early in the fourth.
You're right about that. Andi Jackson, 11 kills, no errors on 16 swings, hitting 688. And then Maggie Lee, we were just talking about her. She has 18 kills, 5 errors on 35 swings. She's hitting 371.
Served by Andi Jackson. Okay pass. The line drive set to the middle. A redirect. Doug. Now Nebraska on the slide. Rebecca tips. Doug. Outside set. Maggie Lee. Not again. 19 kills. 11-6 Nebraska. Set 4. Up 2 sets 1.
Huskers hitting 385 in this set for the match, 280. Bruins 0-62 in this set for the match, 226.
Now Kat Lutz to serve. Del Mar, California. She got 7 aces, 17 errors. She gets past. The slide by Rebecca Alec. Dug by Kat Lutz. The slide UCLA. And Brooklyn Briscoe from San Diego goes cross court and drops that one. Suddenly it's 11-7 Nebraska early in the fourth.
Olivia Malk playing right back defense. She got sucked into the court, sucked into her left, where she needs to stay, back against that sideline, be ready to move to her right.
Pass by Harper, set it up. Bergen, no. Outside set, Maggie Lee out, no touch. She's mortal. Point Nebraska. It's 12-7.
We'll take it. Let UCLA make some errors. They have 22 attacking errors, 23 attacking errors now. 7 service errors to go with that.
Serve from Bergen to Maggie Lee. That's her kryptonite passing. Not a good pass. Back row swing. Leverett block back covered. Maggie Lee, UCLA tip shot. There's Bergen. Huskers with a chance to go up by 6. Bump to the left. Taylor Landfair needs it. Off the block. Doug. UCLA feeds left. Maggie Lee timing off. Roll shots it. Karam off the block. Here come the Huskers. Bergen to the middle. Rebecca Alec. One arm stab dig by Kat Lutz. Bumps it left. UCLA. Maggie Lee off the block and out. Point Bruins 12-8.
UCLA middles are doing a really nice job touching all of our attacks. So normally we go up, we get a quick kill, and Nebraska's having to work for their kills right now, having a tough time terminating, and it's mainly because those UCLA middles are reading really well, moving side to side really well, and getting touches on our attacks.
Here's Maggie Lee. She's a 6'3 junior, and that's a service ace going after Harper Murray. 12-9 Nebraska. Still a lot of wood to chop. Served by Maggie Lee. Good pass, Harper. The slide, Rebecca Alec. Tipping! It falls. 13-9. Rebecca Alec has been a regular target during times of duress.
She's a smart player. The set wasn't perfect. It was tight and inside, also known as a trap set. She sees the block in front of her, so she knows, okay, I can't go up and take a big swing. I'm probably going to get housed. So I just go up, tip over the block instead, and she's able to get a kill.
Outside set, Sheridan Leverett. Cross court, great up by Elaney, but Huskers in the net. I think it was Virginia Adriano. 13-10. Nebraska set 4, up 2 sets to 1.
We've been called on a few net plays tonight. Normally, maybe one a match, usually none. But there's been a couple net violations on the Huskers tonight, and I just think we're getting too greedy, reaching too far over the net.
Served by Lola Schumacher into the net. Service error. Nick of time for Husker fans. 14-10, Big Red. Set 4, up 2 sets 1. This has been closer than the traffic out there on the 405. 14-10. Nebraska set 4, up 2 sets 1. The consecutive game win streak ends tonight at 48. Line drive served by Lainey Choboy into the net. Neither team could serve a warrant right now. It's 14-11. Let's see if Kate Duffy can make it 3 service errors in a row. That's in. Pass by Harper. Well done. Perfect. Back set. Virginia. Dug by Maggie Lee. Crosses the net. Harper. First contact. Kaboom! Woo-hoo! That's a right shoulder. It's 15-11 Huskers.
I think there's some trash talking going on between these two teams tonight, because normally on a play like that, Harper's going over asking if everyone's okay, and there's some stare downs through the net, shaking fingers across the net.
These things happen.
They do.
Sometimes
I like
emotions. Served by Olivia Mauk. Pass by Maggie Lee. Set left. Sheridan Leverett tipping. Nice up by Olivia. Bergen sets middle. Nebraska. Andi Jackson remains perfect. It's 16-11. 9 to go in the Big Red here in the fourth.
Middle in transition. I will never get tired of saying it or seeing it. It just works every time, JB. And Andi had no blockers up with her and an empty net.
STMIT set the middle in transition. A service ace. That was Olivia Mauk. She's got her second ace tonight. Timeout, UCLA. 17-11. Nebraska set 4 up 2 sets to 1. You're listening to the Huskers Radio Network. 8 to go for the Big Red, up 17-11 in the fourth, up 2 sets 1. Olivia floats one to Maggie Lee. Okay pass, set to the middle. Shot by Mariana Singletary. Nice up by Olivia. Pushed across to UCLA. Sends it to the left pin, and then Leverett bangs it into the net. Point, Nebraska. It's 18-11 Huskers in the fourth. Served by Olivia to the back left. Leverett, okay pass, set to the middle. Mariana Singletary pushes it to her right. Laney a little late upon arrival. 18-12 Huskers in the fourth.
You let that tip go, move on to the next play. How can Nebraska get a quick side out here and not allow UCLA to go on a run or gain any more momentum?
So Olivia, Laney, and Harper passing. Treya Sigler being hidden back there. She's a good passer, though. Serve goes to Laney. Nice pass. The slide. Andi Jackson. Does she remain perfect? No. Overdig. Shot back by Harper. Kaboom! Woo! She was headhunting on that one. It's 19-12 Nebraska.
Harper now leads Nebraska in kills. She's at 14 kills, 3 errors on 42 swings, hitting .262. JB, the next closest to her in attack attempts is Rebecca Alec at 24.
Bad pass, UCLA, free ball across. Huskers up 7 late in the fourth. The slide to Andi Jackson off the block and out. She remains perfect. 20-12 Huskers.
So you have Harper at 42 swings. You have Andi Jackson at, Rebecca Alec at 24. Then Andi Jackson at 19 and Taylor Landfair at 20. So Andi, Rebecca, and Taylor are all pretty even in attack attempts, but Harper is almost double the attack attempts, but a lot of those are out of system sets.
5 to go. Served by Harper. Perfect pass outside Maggie Lee. Not this time. Block back covered. Second contact flip over by UCLA's PK Kong. Nebraska then flips it over on the second contact. Andi Jackson overtake. Here come the Huskers. The slide to Andi Jackson. Dug this time. UCLA sends it behind. Big shot. PK Kong blocked by Taylor Landfair. Woo! Blocking better than orange cones. It's 21-12 Nebraska.
Taylor Landfair has put on a blocking clinic tonight, and here's what she's doing so well. Those sets are inside. She's staying inside, and then she's dropping her hands inside. So she's taking away the cross-court shot. Her body's staying inside, and she's just pressing over, sealing over the net perfectly.
21-12 Nebraska for the moment. And now UCLA head coach Alfie Reft uses his second green card, claiming there was a net violation against Nebraska. 21-12 Huskers. Remember, they're late in the second set. It was 21-19 Nebraska, and Maggie Lee fired a cross-court shot. She thought there was a block touch. She begged her coach to challenge. He wouldn't challenge. He had 2 challenges. He did not challenge. 22-19. Then there was a service ace. Nebraska was bang, it was 23-19 Nebraska. And Lauren, in watching the replay, claims there was a touch. That would have been a 2-point reversal, and it would have been 21-20 rather than 22-19 Huskers. And now this for the second time tonight when Alfie ref does use a green card or makes a challenge request, it's unsuccessful, so he's out of them. If we go to a set 5, he'll get one more. Huskers have not challenged all night. Serve from Harper, decent pass, set to the middle, tip shot Mariana Singletary, nice up. Laney, quick attack, Andi Jackson, this time they dig her. But a free ball back. Here come the Huskers, up 9 with the ball. Andi Jackson the slide, who else? Down! Kaboom! Just perfect. No errors tonight. 22-12.
Andi Jackson makes it look easy, but it is not. To play perfect, to do it multiple times throughout the season. Wow.
Yeah, this is nothing new for her. Long shoot set to Mariana Singletary. Guides it to the Nebraska floor. 22-13 Huskers. That ends a 4-point Nebraska run. And once again, Carly Hendrickson comes in. She was a first-team high school All-American out of Cincinnati. But bedeviled with injuries. Started at Florida, third year with UCLA. The slide, Andi Jackson tips it, not this time. Down 9, bumps that left, UCLA. Maggie Lee, great up by Harper. In system set to the Andi Jackson. She remains perfect. They can't stop her. Do you give the National Player of the Year to a middle this year? That's been a long time. 23-13 Nebraska.
When was the last time a middle won it?
Good question.
Was it Merriweather for UCLA?
That's a great guess. 2006. Bad pass. Right side PK Kong. And Andi Jackson's digging like a coal miner back there. Free ball over. Here comes UCLA back set. Tip shot. PK Kong. Block back covered. Husker block has come. Oh! And the free ball over. 2 Huskers thought the other would get it. What happened there?
That's just a communication error between Andi and Harper. They were both backing away from it. I think Andi thought Harper was going to take it. Harper thought Andi would take it. I think if Danny Buston-Kelly had an opinion on it, she would want Harper to step in and take that first contact instead of Andi Jackson.
I think there's a lot of, you got it, no, you got it, you take it. Okay. 23-14 Nebraska, 2 to go. And there's no libero. You don't have a traffic cop back there.
Usually middles are pretty eager to step in and try and take that first contact.
Kat Lutz serves into the net. Service errors bedeviling UCLA. The Huskers going to get 10 chances to finish a memorable night here at Poly Pavilion. 24-14 in the fourth, up 2 sets 1. Everybody in red standing. Match point chance number 1. Here's Bergen. Sends it across back middle. Lola Schumacher, beautiful pass. The slide, and Brooklyn Briscoe off the blocking out. Point UCLA, 24-15 Huskers. So Maggie Lee to the back row. What a night she's had. About 20 kills. Hit better than 300. Sheridan Leverett, the similar night. 2 outsides. Going to take them deep into December. Just got to get there first. Serve goes to Harper. Good pass. The slide. And Rebecca Alex finishes UCLA. In 4 sets. 25-15. The final verdict in the fourth. And Nebraska remains undefeated. On a night of drama, athleticism, and an advertisement for college sports. Electricity in the air tonight. This crowd was into it. Manayo Beche, big smile. She's a native of Los Angeles. She knows a lot of these players. Shaking hands. Huskers, not their best, but remain undefeated. Stay right there. The head coach shortly. Your Huskers are 25-0, 15-0 in the conference. UCLA, no one wants to see them next month. 14-11, 8-7 in the conference. They got to win their next 4 out of 5 to make sure they make the tournament. But they are a different team than what was seen on tape.
Andi, a little bit of a test tonight. How did it feel out there? It was good. It was a battle. We came here expecting that. We knew that UCLA is a really good team, and when they get going, like I said, their offense is great and their defense is great. Kudos to Lola. She played awesome defense. Their whole team played awesome defense, and in the beginning we talked about it in our huddle after the third set. They were outplaying us, and credit where credit is due, so we knew that we had to come together, play Nebraska volleyball, go back to the basics, and do what we do best.
How beneficial are those types of tests during a match?
Really good. We all agree that was really good for us. Not that we haven't been tested this season, but we are coming off of a really long sweep streak, so it was good to lose one, play a real battle. War of attrition is what we say, so we all agree that it was really good for our team. Pressure's off now. We had that streak going, and I think we all agreed that it was really good. So that weight is off of our shoulders now. We can play free again, and not that we weren't, but you could definitely tell in the first, second, and third set, we were playing like there was so much pressure on us and just a weight on us, and so now that's gone and we can play free once again.
Your numbers offensively have been so impressive. 0 errors, lots of kills. What makes you so dangerous offensively?
My team. They help me out a lot. Our passers do so good. I know I credit them every time, but it truly is all the credit to them. Our passers pass so good, and Bergen and Campbell set the ball so well. They put it in great positions, and I got to go up and obviously have space and vision when I'm hitting, but it's really like when you get such a great set off of a great pass, it makes it super easy. So it's all credit to my team, but I think I work really hard having space and vision, so that helps a little bit.
I love it. Great answer. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Back to you, Paul.
Thank you, Holly. Congratulations to the Nebraska Cornhuskers and their All-American middle blocker, Andi Jackson, 15 of 24. Made a couple of digs, also had a scoring block against Minnesota, 15 of 21. Andi Jackson putting up tremendous numbers and giving all credit to her teammates for keeping her Cornhuskers in system and making the middle available. Let's go back over to Holly with Danny Busman-McKellen.
Danny, I know your goal is not to not lose this set, but what did you get to learn about your team tonight?
I think we learned a lot. I thought we got a little bit outworked defensively, which is rare for us, but I thought UCLA played exceptional, especially from the defensive end, and their outsides were great. So I think we learned that we're not invincible, and I thought the good thing was some players that needed to get big kills and big moments delivered, and so that was really good to see.
What was the message after the third set?
Just basically, we're getting outworked, and you look statistically, it's almost an embarrassing outwork, and I think our team really understood that and wanted to rise to the occasion and finish on a strong note.
All right, tough test on Sunday versus USC. What are your thoughts going into it?
Same as this game. I mean, a hot team, playing great, a lot of great athletes that we're going to have to, clean up a few things to take that one.
All right, congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you. Back to you, Paul.
Thank you, Holly, and congratulations to first-year head coach at her alma mater, where she also won a national championship, Danny Busman-McKellen.